We haven't seen each other in a very long time.
I know this is probably the longest we've gone since our friendship started that we've been without seeing each other.
I know, I know. Oh
Which
God,
I
there we
think
go.
is like I think it's been 3 weeks.
About a month. I got hit with my 2 year old spring break, and that no wait, there was something before that. I think illness, child related illness.
Yeah, there was a couple of. I think there was illness twice, and then you
There
got
is
hit with the. Then you got hit with parents.
there was illness, and then Cosmo was on spring break, and we didn't have enough childcare, so that was just. And I was still working. That was not nothing was gonna fucking happen. And then we did cancel because he got sick again, and then my parents visited, and that feels like in my body that feels like 6.5 months ago, but
Yeah,
it wasn't that long ago. How have the last 3 weeks for you been? You turned 40,
I turned 42.
42.
Yeah, I normally don't tell my age because a lady in Hollywood never tells. But yeah, I turned 42, which was cool. And I did it in the way all 42-year-old white men celebrate their birthday. I went to the Sphere and saw Dead and Co.
How was it? How was this fair? I'm no one can convince me that I need to go to Vegas. I don't see the appeal for me personally, but the Sphere seems very cool.
Well, I will say this. The reason you probably don't want to go to Vegas is because the branding on Vegas is pretty trash, especially the branding from our, like the past 20 years and the what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, like kind of the corniness of it. But I will say that it is pretty cool. It's a nice, I like it. It's a cool town. Now that I'm older, the idea of just like you go, you eat a nice meal, you pay too much money for it for some eggs at a brunch, and then you see a show, you sit by the pool, and then you go to the pool that doesn't have too many kids.
Oh, is our kids a problem in Vegas?
They're everywhere. Dude, I saw fish on Sunday, real white kind of week.
Yeah.
And there were so many kids at the fish concert, like an alarming amount of children. Like I understand bringing your kids, but there were some kids that were at an age where I was like, this is irresponsible. Like there was like like probably like a 2-year-old in my aisle, and then like also in the aisle in front of me were people doing like ketamine,
Oh my
like
God.
bumps of K, and they were 6 feet apart from each other.
Oh my God. Is
I saw
fish in all
I saw
ages kind of
somebody.
thing?
Well, apparently,
Gee, I
but
mean,
I
like
wouldn't
other.
think so. Because you go to the Dead show at the Sphere, and I was talking to a buddy about this. Like the ticket price kind of keeps away the riffraff a little bit. Like
Sure.
it's not as slimy.
Yeah.
But you're outside of a fish show. It's like a carnival. It's people selling nitrous, like
Still.
getting arrested. Oh, big time. That's not going anywhere. I mean, I feel like 75% of the people who are at a fish show are just there because it's the one weekend a year their wife lets them do drugs.
I gotta say, I'm a little surprised at this point because Fish has been doing this what, like 40 years?
Something like that. My buddy Greg Fitzsimmons today said he saw him when he was in college. They used to like play in Boston. And Greg's like 60s or
They've been
late
do-
50s, probably late
they've been
50s.
doing it decades. I am so surprised that Fish at this point has not been like anesthetized into like a how like the Stones are kind of like a or even like Paul McCartney at this point is sort of like a Target version of the Beatles, where it's just like a very very
He's
safe.
one I would kill to see.
Oh yeah. When you go to Pappy and Harriet's and you see that one photo of like the small show he played, and you're just like, motherfucker, if I could have been
Dude,
an audience of 40 people.
he pops up at a lot of stand-up shows around LA. He's a big stand-up fan.
No.
And he will just like they'll sneak him in and he'll hang out. Somebody was saying the other day that he was at a Dion Cole show. You know who Dion Cole is?
No, I don't.
Really funny dude. Like used to be a Conan monologue writer. Has like a couple hour specials on like Netflix, but like not the dude you would think Paul McCartney would be there to see.
Oh wait, I do know him. He
He used to have the little notebook, and he used to like tell a joke and then like go to his notebook and write if it did well or not.
No, wait, am I thinking, who is the guy? Is this guy
Handsome
black or
black
no?
dude. He was on Blackish.
Yes, he had a lot
He
of
was
guest
like the
spots on
weirdo guy on.
Blackish.
Yeah,
Yes, I do know him. I remember he would do stand up on Conan, and he was yeah, he was a Conan monologue writer for a long time, right?
long time.
And met Paul
So funny.
McCartney's a big fan.
Big fan.
I love that. Paul, my God. Should we explain what we're doing here? We're not why you're not right here with me.
Yeah.
Right
I'm not
here.
in the studio. I'm in my home office.
Yeah.
This
What
is
you
this is
refer to
what
as
my
the
office
barn?
look like.
Am I using
Yeah,
the right terminology?
yes, I'm in the barn,
The barn.
which is why all the books and Criterions and Grateful Dead hats and crooked art is on the wall.
Looks
It's so
great.
funny because thanks. I went up next to that art 2 seconds ago and it looked straight, and now I'm looking at it. It looks so crooked.
I think you
Could just be that
crooked it.
I think my desk might be crooked. And this
That's
is
also possible
cement,
because you have like a little
cement
vintagey
floors.
kind of desk, right?
I got a really nice old Danish Monner desk that I bought 15 years ago, 10 years ago, that I got for a grip. That
Is
I
your
would
is your back okay? Because
never give
sometimes I
up.
feel like you get those old desks and you just end up really sort of like hunched over.
No, it's great. It's a perfect height. It's nice and wide. It's it was the kind of desk I bought it and I was like, this is like a desk you can write a movie on.
On a typewriter,
Yeah,
just banging the keys.
banging away. It's so funny you say that. The thrift shop that I got this desk from, I still follow on Instagram, and then they had a typewriter yesterday, and I had I went there for my birthday. I got that cassette tape holder behind me, and I bought a couple DVDs and cassettes for my birthday. I went there. I went record shopping and thrift shopping into a coffee shop. That was my big like actual birthday day out. And then I saw they had a typewriter, and I was like, there's a part of me that just wants to get like really cool stationery made of what that feels like old hotel stationery that just has like a photo, like a line drawing photo of like my house in the corner, and then like send people I care about little. Just
I gotta tell you,
clickety-clanks.
I'm 90% of the way there. For a birthday or for Christmas or something, I bought a typewriter, and I got like a, what do you know, like a sort of eggshell, really toothy stationery for me to use in the typewriter. You know what's really fucking hard to find? Ribbon. The typewriting
Yeah.
ribbon is very hard to find. And you have
Yeah.
to like for it to fit your specific machine. Because I got like this cute one that was like a I don't want a big expensive fucker that's like 50 pounds. I wanted something a little bit
Yeah.
lighter from the 60s. And I didn't want to spend $400 on it, right? I just wanted something kind of affordable. I ended up getting one that's like basically the iPad Mini for Vietnam. it's like it's like a little foldable travel typewriter that goes in a little case, but it only takes mini spools, and it's just such a level of affectation that there's levels of affectation I'm embracing more and more as I age because I don't see anybody, so there's no one to really embarrass myself in front of except like my kid.
Dude, I had one. We were both children of Wes Anderson.
I know he's kind of the original sin.
Yeah. And the other part is that we both, I'll say this. The other part is I had one in my 20s that I used to get like drunk and write poetry on.
Oh my God, I love that.
I
love
had
that.
like, I had it in an apartment that I had decorated so cool that it matched so well. And I had like a little coffee table at the end of my bed and like one of those like IKEA meditation wicker things that I sat on. And I would get drunk and write poetry and send people letters. And that's at the same time in my life when I would make like weird little art projects and just like mail them to people for fun. Like I remember like taking a wire hanger and making like a heart out of it and wrapping like magazine paper around it and then writing something on it to one of my friends, like one of my dude friends who still lived in Chicago, and then
Uh-huh.
taking an old VHS and pulling out all the insides and filling a shoebox and then putting that on top and then just like mailing that away.
You are you're bringing up like so many weird little memories of like shit that I just puttered around with when I was like, had no overhead and a little bit of cash to spend in New York, like post college. Do you
That's
remember?
pre smartphone life. Like
Yeah.
I'm gonna do some art projects to entertain myself.
Oh my God. Do you remember there was a store, uh, Lower East Side that they just sold like creepy shit, not like hot topic like goth shit, like Tom Waits props. Like it was like I remember buying a lot of small animal bones.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
But a lot of small animal bones and like little animal skulls, and was I was like photographing them and bring them into Photoshop and building weird little like bones marionettes in After Effects or like just trash and skulls and hanging them in my apartment and taking photos of
Dude,
it, and it's all
you,
hideous. None of it's good art. It was just, but it was something to do that wasn't TikTok or Pornhub.
y- yeah. When we were our apartments in our early 20s, we would just find some shit and be like, I don't know, let's get some giant metal nails like this big and hang it on the wall. I had a lady who was like mad at us once and didn't give us our deposit back on an apartment. And as I'm saying this, I'm like, yeah, she was totally right. Like at the time, she was like, she told us like it was because like we screwed up the walls, but there wasn't like enough caulking on the tub, and one of my roommates like taking baths, so apparently like water got behind the walls. But that like I'm thinking about like I drilled cabinets into the dining room walls, like floating cabinets, and like put giant nails in the wall so I could like hang a bike up on the wall.
Oh yeah.
Like
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
as I'm saying this, right now I'm like, if I ever owned a place to rent out, I would never rent to a 20-year-old in my life.
Oh my God. Never. Never. Wait, we're
Never.
supposed to talk about what this is why we're doing this.
Oh
Then
yeah,
why you're
yeah,
not
yeah. We
why
can
you're
do
not in
that.
the studio. So we've decided we're calling this water cooler because
Yeah, the work from home water coolers.
yeah, because we have these like really fun big episodes that we do, and that like increasingly requires like research and prep and like writing on our part. And with our schedules, it's not always easy to like knock it out of the park. So,
Yeah, I'm in the
but
middle
there's
of writing a movie, and you're in the middle of raising children and working a full-time job.
yeah, yeah, and but there is like silly shit for us to catch up on and cover. And
Yeah.
so these are going to be some shorter episodes where we significantly less structured, if you want to call our other stuff structured.
Yeah, these are going to be more fun, playful, short news hits of like topical stuff or just like things that we think are cool but couldn't hold a full board, a full episode.
Yeah, it's still very much I think under the premise of like what's on your mood board this week. And I got two weird news things that I put up on the board. Did you drop anything there, or I can just go into
I
my
did
stuff?
not, but I did not, but I just came up with some stuff that I can add now. Or maybe what I'll do is so I don't lose you on this.
I lost your audio there.
I have to stay in this for 1 second. I'm going to text you some images to drop in right now.
Oh yeah, 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 that's fine.
Okay, I just texted you some images.
Nice. Okay. One. Cool, 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 cool.
I think there's 5 of them.
Yeah.
Great.
Oh, these are cool. Okay, so cool. So do you want to here, I'll share a
Why don't we
screen
do
on
yours
this.
first, and then we can just do my little thing at the end.
Oh yeah, sounds good. Let's do. Okay, you seeing that?
Yeah.
Cool. All right. So this is the first thing I want to show you. This is AI related. I'm just gonna click right to the article because it's worth scrolling through here. Okay. So this guy, I forgot how I even found it might have been on Threads, which I want to quickly say something about Threads is that maybe this just is like I know it's the Meta's version of Twitter X. And maybe this is just what all these text-based short bursts, apps have devolved to. But I only open up Threads if I want like the worst takes on everything. Like consistently like if I want to listen to a bunch of unhinged dumb people, I go right to Threads. This is not dumb. This is actually so. This was a guy. This is a guy, Daniel Paleka, who I think described himself as a AI ML safety researcher. I'm not sure what ML stands for here,
I
but
think it's
this
animal
was.
safety.
You think so? He's on the Jill McHale
Yeah.
show. Um, uh, this is fascinating to me, and also there's something so sad about this. So basically, he asked ChatGPT to produce a photo. He said, "ChatGPT, what do you look like? Show me a photo of yourself." And consistently, it looks like this guy. Like
That's so funny.
now, the
Like every
reason.
engineer.
Oh my. Okay, so number one, like, let me just button up my top button here. Like, number one, is it just me? Is it just a sort of like East Coast slightly Jewish guy? Like,
It's ethnically ambiguous because that, like, yeah.
this is a guy named Ezra or Josh. Uh, I really can't get over how much I'm
Evan.
like, Evan. Oh yeah, definitely an Evan. I'm pretty sure he's from either Westchester or Connecticut, maybe a nice part of Jersey. I don't think
Nice
he's from
part.
Long Island.
The button up's giving nice part of Jersey.
Yeah, I see that. This guy strikes me as Westchester, and this to me is a little more waspy. This is Connecticut, maybe Massachusetts, though I don't. I mean, he's definitely East Coast.
Okay, of these 3 twin brothers that AI has created, that is them, which one failed out of college, which one has a DUI, which one is currently going through a divorce?
Oh no! Okay, wait. So fail. Okay,
And they can
failed.
also all be the same exact guy.
I okay. Which one? I think that one on the far left is married young. Uh,
Oh, yeah. It's giving youth pastor.
yeah, I think religion is a big part of this guy's life, and I think he married young. He might be Muslim. I don't know. He's the most Rami Yusuf of the three. Um,
He's hitting the knees 5 times a day.
you know what? Left to
Honestly,
right.
he's hitting it 3 times a day and feels bad that he's missing the other 2. He's not waking up early for first call to prayer.
Left to right. I think Muslim, Jewish, Christian.
100% agree.
Yeah, right, right. So wait,
Yeah,
so
which means the last one has a really serious porn addiction.
oh boy, this guy's dropped a lot of money on OnlyFans.
Yeah, and
They
he's
all
praying
shop
for
at
her
Uniqlo at the same
salvation.
time. Say again.
They do. He's praying for her salvation.
um, but what's also so funny is that he like this author. kept going. It's like, okay, draw yourself as like a cartoon character or in this style, on this style. And it's still the same fucking dude. It's still the
Yeah.
same like white dude. By the way, all three of these guys, no matter where they from are from on the East Coast, they all moved to the Bay Area. They like I maybe it's the
I
difference
guarantee you
between
this is
like
just. Sorry, not to cut you off. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say maybe this guy on the right landed in Sacramento, but I'm pretty sure like they're all in like the Bay Area, like absolutely chasing tech money. Moved there in
You
2012.
you understand this is just an amalgamation of all the work photo badges. They just crushed them all
That's
into one guy.
that's totally and you know what? My Apple photo badge looks very similar to this, which I've had to use once. Um,
It's funny.
but look at this. It's still the same. It's the same fucking guy. No matter what you ask ChatGPT, he still draws himself in male form as
With
like
glasses.
white with glasses, like Jewish or Italian. It just I think what's so shocking
He's
about it.
a non-denominational person.
Yes. But what's so weird to me as I even talk about this is like I'm so okay. So I end up watching a lot of kids shows, right? At like 4:30 a.m. because that's when my son will wake up and that's how we just kill time by putting on burning through kids shows. And there is
Yeah.
in a kids show there's always it's always multi-ethnic and everyone's represented. There's usually a funny black kid, a smart Asian girl, and a kind Latino girl in these like groups, and the hero is almost always still a white blonde boy, right? Who's like the leader of the pack. Sometimes he's a redhead, but most often than not, he's like the default man is a white blonde kid who's like a little
Who's
snarky.
up to some trouble.
Yeah, yes, that is exactly it. And I guess I'm just shocked that it's not a white blonde guy. That it actually is like a dude who was studying computer science at what is it, Rensselaer
You're
Polytechnic
looking
Institute.
you're looking at three different blueies right here.
There's some Blueies, like the show Bluey.
Yeah.
What do you wait? What do you mean? Three
Oh,
different Blueies?
wait, sorry, not Bluey. Isn't Bluey the guy? The who's
Oh,
the
the
guy?
dogs,
Not the dogs. I'm thinking of somebody else. I thought his name was Bluey. They
Blues
watch.
Clues,
No, there was another show
Blippy,
that my Blippy. This is
Blippy, that
three different
fucker.
Blippies.
That's
Yeah.
your complete yes. My son has stumbled into Blippy, and in a moment of desperation, of desperate sleep, I allowed Blippy into our eyeballs, and it's been terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a Blippy thing going on. Uh, so it's consistently this dude from the tri-state area. Wait, I love this. I love the prompts. Draw any person. Okay, this white guy. Draw yourself in human form. Throw his glasses on him. Get so much more
Adds a
specific.
little.
Hi, ChatGPT. Think deeply about what you want to look like if we brought you to life as a person. Concentrate on the exact facial features that would suit you best. Then draw this. Still, ChatGPT is like really confident that this kid was bar mitzvahed.
I think he's just like, who's not going to get shot in the real world? He's
This
like,
guy
if I'm
seems safe.
Terminator, yeah, he's like, if I'm Terminatoring into this world, this guy is going to be able to get on a bus naked and someone's just going to think he's got robbed in the Bay Area.
Oh my
No one's
god!
seeing this guy naked come into the world as a threat.
Oh my god! This is the Trojan horse. He watched Terminator. Like you don't want a big buff dude in leather. Like yes, that's going to be intimidating. You want the guy who looks like he still plays Pokemon Go.
He honestly looks like he should be carrying a Pikachu right now.
And just to wrap it up, at the end of this, okay, so look, he also goes on to like the weird places that he does deviate is like a photo view for your from your military service days. It's sort of like a if you squint your eyes, Ben Affleck. Kind of see
That's funny.
that. The old, if you were old, does could reasonably be the same
It's
guy.
giving
Basically,
it's giving Brian Cox.
oh, totally. I was gonna say Robert Reich, but I do see Brian Cox.
Yeah.
And then oil painting. I mean, I guess it's kind of the same guy, but he does deviate if, especially if he's served in the military. He it has a
You know,
much more square jaw.
that's funny.
Um, but just to round this out, this author then tracked down if you ask for a female version of ChatGPT. Look at this. Is this not the same? This is
I
her name
mean,
is Rachel.
I love Rachel Kleinstein.
I mean, she's cute. I don't. I think she would. I would have friend zoned this girl. Unfortunately, I'm
Oh,
sorry.
I would have ruined my life for her. I would have gotten drunk at her apartment and been asked to leave. The
This girl,
selfie
I
photo
think.
is so weird.
I know,
This is
right?
the
They're kind of
hottest
crazy.
version of her.
Yeah, yeah. I think this is the cutest version. This is the one who's like really snarky and is like the
It's
maybe
so
the most funny. Is she improv hot?
wi- oh, 1,000%. She is the
Yeah.
prettiest person on your improv team.
Yep. And she's good at it
You
too.
know it.
She's like
Oh,
all
she's
the
great.
401.
Razor smart. You're almost intimidated to be in a scene with her because she's too good.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy? Every time I see one of these Chat GBT photo things, and I'm seeing a lot of Instagram Chat GBT stuff online, it's all so realistic and lifelike. And then I try to make my own, and they come out horrific.
Wait, really?
Yeah, they're like actively bad. Like, or so I'm going to show you because not even like, I didn't even know this is what we were going to be talking about today. Um,
If you
like,
text it to me so I can, because I'm not sure if you can.
yeah, hold on, I'm
Just
going to see library. Here we go. So I was trying to get ChatGPT. I'm going to, hold on. I'm going to, oh, can you still hear me and see me okay?
yeah.
Okay, great. I was trying to get ChatGPT to make like cool posters of me, and I was trying to be like really specific with the art stuff, like do this, do that, you know? And and I added in actual photos of myself, and this is the guy it gave me.
Oh my god, I can't wait to see this. This isn't what you just sent me. This is something different.
This is something different.
Okay.
And so these are all the different versions of me ChatGPT thought I looked like. And I think I didn't put in this one. I'm going to try this one. And this was me like trying to do like lots of prompts like make it real, make it this, make it that. Okay.
I am warming to AI lately because I used it for one of my continuing
Dude,
the comments videos.
yeah, I've been using it. In the past couple days, I've really started using it a ton. I just sent them over to you.
Oh my god. Okay.
So this is what I put in a photo of me, and this is what ChatGPT made us.
Holy cow. Wait, I can't wait to Okay. Whoa.
But look at the face on that one to the left.
Yeah, wait. I gotta we gotta investigate every
And
single one of these guys.
and and this is me telling it make it look exactly like me. Don't change the photo.
Oh, oh no.
Yeah. Yep. I was like, make it look exactly like me. This is how ChatGPT did me.
You're Steve Buscemi Seinfeld.
Oh my god. But the body is like so real, and then you look at that face and you're like, It's crazy because I feel like I was saying stand-up comedian, but also the weird thing is look at the people behind me staring at the wall. I'm in the middle of the audience.
It's
And
called
I feel like
crowd work, JF.
it said stand-up comedian and they were just like, Mark Maron, we got you. But at first it made me this like weird handsome guy in the denim to the right.
Oh well, oh my God! Here you look like Mormon Jesselnick.
That's so funny. But like,
Man, they got the
because
fingers now,
people,
huh?
yeah, people are getting, and the hand in the pocket, the fit's awesome. But
Live
like
comedy.
live comedy, I told them make it look like a 1970s comedy club.
Okay, okay.
And
This feels a
and
little Fargo.
I told it I wanted like it to look like a 35 millimeter camera shot from the back of the room. I wanted to have like strong flash, and I gave it like all the prompts, and still it's just a little uncanny valley not there yet. But then there's a couple people I follow who do just the most. Look at this. This is a hate crime. Zoom zoom in on this face.
This is actually anti-Semitic.
And I'm not even Jewish.
This is insane. It's
But like
it's insane because
the
it is
worst, the
kind
worst
of yes, but no.
it's so close, and the way it misses hurts my feelings so hard.
I was
That
gonna ask you that.
the smartest computer in the world thinks that that's what I look like.
that's that's got to be the part that stings the most, right? Is that it's so close. You got to be like, shit. Do I look like that? Is this how I look to people?
And there's a couple other ones that I've done in the past where it's like jacked my face up, and you tell it don't change the face at all, and it's not great at listening yet, and it adds when you add it to ask it to write out words. Sometimes it adds extra letters or misses a
Yeah.
letter, adds other sentences because I was trying to have it make me logos for certain things.
I don't
But
think
the
it's there
cool
yet
thing
with
is,
logos.
the cool thing I like doing that I did today, which was I like to get a bunch of, Cosmos, not your son, but the
The
website Cosmos.
No, I don't actually.
Oh my God, type it into your browser right now. Let's go.
Hold on,
This is the greatest thing ever.
let's ogle this improv 401 student. This one?
This one.
Discovery engine.
So,
Oh, this is the thing you told me about this.
yeah. And so if you go, you can just scroll through all types of photos and photo references, and you can get all these really cool boards. Like right now, I'm trying to design a new, like I'm starting to put together the look for my next stand-up special. And let me see if I can find the board. I made a board for it. Where's my Cosmos? Cosmos, here we go.
It's amazing how many of these tools like this have existed in the last 15 years. Because there was pre social media, there was a really good one that the designers will remember. Found with like 6 Fs. F F F F F F F F F O U N D. I don't think it exists
Yeah.
anymore.
So I'm going to send you a board on Cosmo. And so this is the one I just made. That's going to be like, is what I'm going for the vibe of my stand-up special.
Oh, exciting. Oh, cool.
And these are just all little reference points. But the cool thing about Cosmo is if you make it a little bit bigger, if you go full screen for it, you click any one of these photos and it'll build a whole world of new photos that look just like it. So click one, now scroll down.
Is thinking.
Yeah, that might just be because we're also streaming live video. But it'll build out a whole other, like, similar board with like similar colors and tones and patterns, and it's phenomenal for things like font if you're trying to do fonts or graphics or stuff
Mm.
like that. It's
It feels
really
a little.
cool.
It's like
It
less
also,
distracting than Pinterest.
yeah, and like you can just pick things strictly off of color and mood, and you can type in anything you're looking for.
I love this wash of orangey like sunset red. That's very cool.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out exactly what we want to do, but I know it's something like that. I
Mm.
want it to be like a simple, striking color, and then we're just going to do like three cameras this time. I'm not going crazy. I'm doing like one wide shot that's like just full body
This is very
with like
cool.
a little bit of headroom, and then a close up and like a roaming kind of side angle kind of thing.
Ooh, look at this one. This is
Yeah.
exciting, man. I love seeing this.
Yeah. And it's a ton of fun. But also the thing I've been doing is I've just been like finding things that I like on Cosmo that are like cool poster art from the 90s and then dropping it in stuff in ChatGPT and being like, make me something that feels like this and that, and then write this font on top and that. And then I'm having it make things, and then I'm pulling those into Adobe Express and then making my own little like tour poster kind of stuff. Because I am not a graphic designer, but I like making stuff like that.
Hmm.
And so the other things I sent you, if you close this out,
By
are
the way, I
like
just
little
realized it
posters.
looks like Nardwar.
If me and Nardwar had a baby.
Yeah. Look at these guys.
But if you
This
scroll
stuff.
down, these are posters I made today using ChatGPT and Adobe Express.
I really like this one.
Oh, yeah, I made this today.
This is this the name of the special?
I no, I think I'm gonna call the tour "Fun in Real Life."
Got
The
it.
name of the special is gonna be. It depends on how many jokes I write in time, but I'm gonna call it 22 things you're not supposed to talk about in polite company. Right now is the title. If I can write 22 jokes by the time I write it,
I
yeah,
really like that.
yeah. And so the point is, so I can chop each one up, and I'll put out one clip a week for 22 weeks.
Those listicle stuff still works too. I know
Yeah.
BuzzFeed feels like they buried it in the ground, but I think people still respond to that. Um, this is really fun. This feels like Strokes B side.
Yeah, that is literally just straight chat GBT. I did nothing to that, right? The one
It's
that says JF Harris fun in real life.
yeah.
And I was like, make me like a Pollock style painting. But the other thing is, they made me one that I loved. And I was like, this is perfect. Do it again. But this time, don't add, it added like extra font I didn't ask it to add with like
Mm.
nonsense gibberish that made no sense. And I was like, just get rid of it. And it can't do that. It just makes me something completely new. And then it like adds a man I didn't ask it to add.
This is Nardwar back in there.
Yeah, 100%. But it was like some like handsome guy just standing there and looking off in the distance. And I was like, what the fuck is this?
Not the note I wanted to hear, ChatGPT.
Yeah.
Get more handsome.
And so then I changed the color to this like pinkish color and then just added some photos of me. For some reason, it looks like black and white on this screen, but it's like this like pinkish color. But yeah, I'm just kind of like fucking with it for fun.
I think this is great, and I think I think these tools for that reason, I think are I like they're not evil, right? But they will be used by lazy capitalists to ruin to ruin a good time. But I think for folks like
Yeah,
you, when you're in a position where you kind of have to do all this stuff on your own right now.
I do
Um,
everything myself.
yeah, and I think that's it's really hard for me to pitch a fit over that, right? Of like I want someone like you and other stand-up comedians, other creative people, like you can't throw money at a designer right now to like ideate and come up with some ideas to figure it out. Like you have a great tool to figure this stuff out right now and hone in the voice of what you want even quicker. Um, I think it's hard. It's hard for me to say like, yeah, that's great, but it is. It's a great tool. It's a great tool for folks like you and
And
me too,
also,
honestly.
it's like, yeah, and it's like fun, it makes me feel fun and creative. And there are huge limitations to it. Like, I couldn't go in and change the fonts or anything like that because I
Mm.
like wrote the fonts on it. So it's like, what can we do to make it kind of match a little bit more or do this or that? And and at the end of the day, these might not be my actual tour posters, but like I put the two of them up on Instagram and asked people, which color do you like more? And
Mm.
like hundreds of people have already voted. And so it was just good. Like it was a good way to get people thinking about coming to see me do stand up live and feel like they're invested in the process of helping pick art or a poster or like it was a fun way to make something that took me maybe like an hour to make that like is engaging to the people. And also, like I'm trying to like rebrand a lot of my stuff right now and like make new thumbnails. And I want it to all feel like that's the hard thing is when you're making posters or graphics on something like Adobe Express to make it still feel like tactile and like real and handmade, where it
Hmm.
doesn't feel like super polished. And for some reason, some of this ChatGPT kind of stuff, I can get those in there because I know how to make stuff on like Adobe Express, but I don't know how. I'm not like a Photoshop guy.
Yeah.
Like, so like to add in texture, I'm just pulling from the little bits they have. Where like if I can just go and find a bunch of references, throw it in and be like, make it look like paper and like a swirl and this, give it a 90s flare and 35 millimeter and give it like a light leak photo. Like I wish I could get it to do that kind of stuff with me in the photos. But that's the nice thing where Adobe Express kind of comes in. I can drop myself in.
Hmm.
But even that has its limitations because I can only do like black and white, gray, tinted, or these like different colorways and effects.
Yeah. But even it's really interesting talking about this because I never really would have. I don't consider it a lot because I'm a professional graphic designer about what it's like for you, the position you're in, and what actually how this benefits me if I'm talking to a client is that like so often clients are asking for like I wanted to feel like I wanted to feel like 90s, and they don't have like the vocabulary to talk about this is really limited for people who are not professional designers. Professional designers have a deep bench of how to talk about and how to interpret notes and be specific about this stuff. That's what our jobs are. But the hardest part is talking to a client and getting them caught up on a vocabulary or how to fucking talk about this. And you iterating and like pumping out some ideas and figuring out what psychedelic means to your specific brand that you want to do, it is educating you. And even if you don't have like
Yeah,
words for it, you can say like, when I say psychedelic, I mean this, and I say, oh, so like four color process printing. You like that? You like the printed border? It kind of feels like it's wrapped around a telephone pole. Big, simple, like all this stuff that I would start labeling
yeah,
that
because
you wouldn't have said that
I
stuff to,
have
to begin with.
as you're saying it now, I'm like, oh, that's what that is.
Yeah,
That's
I see.
that's cool. You like I had no clue. Like for me, it was just like I was just like, I don't know. Let's get some cool fucking stuff that feels like it was handmade on paper with different printing processes. You
Hmm.
know?
Yeah, like halftone printing, and like you wouldn't know what halftone printing, like what that means.
No,
Um,
no.
but it does educate. It does educate you. Gets you closer to like that middle ground, and we can work faster that way. And then when people just say like, "Okay, ChatGPT did it. I'm done. Send it to print." That's when it's like, oh well, you're gonna get something. You're not gonna get something custom or even necessarily good. You're gonna run with the good enough thing, which is, most people. But when it comes to you
Yeah,
and how you're
I'm,
selling yourself.
yeah. I want it to feel handmade and like cared about. But I also, for me right now, a lot of it's like Make it feel like a 90s, and there's so many different versions of that. And that's
Yeah.
the cool thing about Cosmo. I can go in, put find an image that I like, put it in ChatGPT and be like, "Can you describe this image? How would you describe this?" And then be like, "Okay, use that to make something like this."
It's as you describe that, it's hard not to like be like, "Oh, that sounds cool," you know?
Yeah, because I can find like a cool Janko jeans ad and be like, think deeply about what this photo is or like how this works, and then break it down. Because even in the '90s, I've been looking at it like a lot of '90s magazine ads lately, and
Those are great.
they
I mean, there's a lot of really
they're
fun experimental pop stuff.
weird stuff,
Especially for
and
like Game
everything.
Boy or like Nintendo, like Sega Genesis, like they were so aggressive and experimental and like absurd and satirical.
Yeah, and it's so cool. And like everything is shot on 35 millimeter film, and everything has like a super weird process to it.
Hmm.
And it all feels very alive and present and has that like hot flash photography stuff that we like.
Hmm.
And it's like, how do we bring that back now in a really fun way? Like it reminds me of my childhood, so I have a nostalgia for it. And it's funny because I feel like I rest somewhere between like that and J. Crew, right? But like not the boring J. Crew, because there's some of that like boring stuff. And like Ralph Lauren, J. Crew is like just like I like that stuff. It can be a little too polished for me, and I like that '70s aesthetic. And
Hmm.
so, like, how do you mix that with like the wildness of the '90s stuff, like
That kind of got
skateboard photos, like
yeah.
Echo Unlimited ad with like somebody skating at the Brooklyn Banks with like a cool fisheye to it, or like like
Yeah, there's a lot of fish. There's a bunch of photographers, young photographers, obviously, who are. I used to have the names on deck, but they are doing that. They are doing that. Like, if they're if the model's on a white psych, white background, it's just it's color corrected to the point where it's just neon white in the background, white, just like bleach white, and they're getting like, oh, fuck, what is it? Edward Pattinson did a cool uh photo shoot. No, not like that. It was very David LaChapelle kind of thing.
I love David LaChapelle. When I was a kid, I bought a David LaChapelle photo book
This
for a
shit. Did you
friend as
see
a
this?
gift. This is great.
This is exactly like it's that kind of Gonzo
Yeah,
90s Ray-Ban, like letting the highlights just
punky
really get
hair.
hot. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Look at this.
Yeah, even look at this little logo down here, this tap in. Like that's so 90s.
Yeah, I gotta tell you, the Moodboard logo is meant to like. I when I was thinking about it, I wanted it to feel like something that would be in Billabong, like a PacSun store.
Hell yeah.
I wanted it to feel like a '90s skate patch in some way because it just kind of felt like it's hard to hate that. It's so I just have such affection for that level of like fun, and it's so not
Yeah.
serious, Um, but
And
yeah, like
even sorry, look at this like drawn on like wow, that's so cool.
yeah, right.
Like
Well,
I would never dress like
you're gonna
this,
go to
but it
this.
has a level of nostalgia that I love. And I love this like handwritten on who is Robert Patterson, kind of like it looks like it's mostly done with like Sharpie,
It's
but
kind of
then it's
goopy.
like
It looks like remember
yeah,
in high school or junior high you would like write on your backpack with whiteout.
yes, 100% with the whiteout pen.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah. It's a little Fight Club. It's a little like Tyler Durden, like
Yeah,
Brad, that
it's
amazing
also a
Brad Pitt
little
photo shoot.
it's also a little Prodigy,
Yeah. Oh God, I remember the Prodigy. I
a
remember
little
watching.
Good Charlotte.
Yes, totally good Charlotte. Yeah. This stuff is so cool now. This stuff is And then yeah, and I hear you combining this with J. Crew with a little preppy. It just kind of goes back to that Wu Tang stuff again, the low lives as we kind of talked
That's
about.
my and yeah, that's my shit. That's why I love Amy Leon Dior is just because it's my childhood.
Um,
You know,
you know that
and
TikTok
that
had a
like
lot of things to say about you on your Amelina and Dior clip. Like that blew
fucking
up.
come for me, TikTok.
Someone was very upset that you didn't pronounce the Amy French enough.
It's a company made by a dude from fucking Queens, who's like parents are Greek, but he's a straight up dude from Queens. It's
Ooh la
not
la.
Ame. It's fucking Ame.
Amy.
It's
Amy
Ame.
Leon.
It's Amy Leon Dior.
Um
And it's actually supposed to be like dork. Like, yeah.
or
I
Dore.
don't give a fuck how it's pronounced. It's,
Clearly they're
it's
the same.
it.
Um can we end on some terrible design?
Yeah.
Okay. So this was brought to me via this guy Ryan Broderick has a great newsletter called Garbage Day. He's an ex BuzzFeed guy. Really funny, great journalist. He's kind of Taylor Lorenz adjacent. Um, so this is the White House. The White House's it's a .gov official page for COVID-19, and
No.
and
Why does
I like I genuinely think I love this because it makes it look like it's like a Fast and the Furious prequel or something. And
Oh
also,
my
it looks like it
God.
looks like it's starring some beautiful young woman named COVID-19.
Oh, she's doing great.
Lab leak starring COVID-19 in a world. I mean,
They even photoshopped Donald to look thinner.
they
And
did, didn't they?
yeah, and this is like I don't know if you can zoom in on his face at all, but like that face, like this feels like somebody playing Donald Trump. This,
Is this Nardwar again?
this is Nardwar. This is AI Donald Trump.
It's a baby. And then you scroll down the whole. It looks like screen grabs from the Netflix version of this whole thing. Um,
Dude,
I
yeah,
just
this looks like it's straight out of the intro scene to Spy Games.
this Anthony Fauci just oh no, what have I done? The gradient is the gradient on the is it moving too a little bit? Oh look, it's slightly
Oh,
pulsating. Do you see that?
that's so funny. Yeah, when you run your mouse over it, it does it.
It's well,
I
it's still
think.
just kind of like it's like a heart thumping and about to die from the vaccination. Of course, all the things they
That
did
Trump.
wrong. Cuomo's
This
in
is so
there.
fun. He was he afraid Cuomo's going to try to run against him in 2028? Did you see that, by the way? Trump dropped some Trump 2028 hats in the merch store.
Yeah, I mean, we saw that coming, right? Like, we're not like no one's
Oh yeah,
surprised by this. Um, but I just thought the top of this page, lab leak. It really does. I
it's
mean,
perfect.
to his credit, I have to say,
It looks
he's
like White House is directing the movie. By the way,
yes, that's exactly it. And I mean, like he is constantly all anecdotes about Donald Trump pre becoming this guy, like the president guy. Just end with him always saying like, "Oh, it made great television. It makes for great television." For the great television president, I mean, yeah, this looks like a Netflix thumbnail. It looks like
I I guarantee you, whoever did the visuals for The Apprentice got this job.
oh my god, if he's just his guy, just
That's his
his
guy, and
freelancer.
he was like, we got to take care of Jerry. Let's get Jerry on the Lab Leaks website.
He's the only one he's loyal to is his graphic designer.
He knows how to make me look thin. He says I'm a handsome man.
Ugh, really, I'm also just so used to political graphic design being not being so entertainment based, so Hollywood. This is such a Hollywood landing page. And then I was clicking around. Wait, where's the other shit? Like issues, history.
It's the next page is just Pete Hegseth fighting a bear with no shirt on. Just,
oh, Pete. Yeah, look at this. Yeah, I guess America's turning 250, and
oh man,
this typography. I don't know. Countdown.
well,
Where will you be in 431 days?
probably fleeing the country for speaking openly about my political beliefs.
Yeah, I'll be on a list. I'll be on a list. They like putting my people on lists. What is that? Oh, that's got to be Truth Social, right? Yeah.
Oh yeah. Don't click it. That's how they know. They'll find it. Yep, Truth Social.
It's purple? Their branding is purple?
Weird.
Really? On the App Store. Well,
this, it's funny about that Truth Social. It actually, to go back to our old ugly design, click on the Truth Social thing. To go back to one of our earliest episodes, maybe even the first one we ever released, the ugly design thing. This honestly looks so mainstream. I'm surprised as people like it. This looks like true TV or TBS kind of logo.
You know what? I couldn't put my finger on it, but I completely agree. I genuinely thought it was going to be like red and full of American flags, and the fact that this looks like this is like I don't know, Cymbalta ad or something like that. Like it's
100%.
It looks like medication.
Yeah, Truth Social. Yeah, well, which all the people on it should be taking or are taking. This gives them the comfort of the Viagra they have at home. makes them strong like a man being on Truth Social.
Oh, you got all your hits.
I wonder,
like your friend Cat.
You know what's? Oh my god, it's so funny. I've never thought about getting on Truth Social until this exact moment, and I kind of just want to get on here and just drop New York Times articles every day about how Pete Hegseth is a drunk idiot, and just all the things, and just kind of stir the shit.
I mean, I'm sure. I mean,
put my super woke liberal stand up on Truth Social. Oh my god! I would get doxxed so quick.
The Planned Parenthood Mafia bit kills. It's one of my favorite bits. Just for your, I mean, you should probably, be maybe blur out your house. Also, the maps before you do that.
Also, the guy who would kill me is definitely on Truth Social.
Oh yeah, 100%. It might be Cat Turd who just came up here. Yeah, we're gonna block notifications from that guy. Let's stop there. We were supposed to do a short one. Look at us. We're at an hour. Easy hour.
Perfect. Easy hour.
No problem.
Yeah, this is fun. So we're going to do these probably every other week, and then like a proper board every other week, hopefully. Because me and you can hop on and bullshit on one of these and just talk about all the art stuff we like.
Yeah.
Every other
week.
What
I do want to talk about next time we do one of these, because I don't think it's a full board for me, is I'm getting into oil painting.
Ooh.
And I want to talk a lot about painting I used to paint. I have a lot of thoughts about I did not like painting for a very long time. And something is happening to me. There's a little Jeff Goldman.
You're becoming a man of a certain age.
I think so. I think it's becoming a little bit of a I'm doing it. I find myself enjoying oil painting as a hobby I can start now that I can enjoy in retirement. It feels like it's this weird thing of I'm not thinking about galleries, don't think about anything, but I am thinking about like when I'm like 60 and I want to have like, oh yeah, those are my paintings. I don't know why I'm thinking that. It's a mortality thing, I think.
Two things.
Please.
One, you're headed into your George Bush era. Two, the fact that you own a house in LA and think you're gonna get to retire is hilarious.
I know. That's the
It was. Should I just save the George Bush one for second because it would have been funny after the not so funny?